Hello everybody, just coming on to live here. I'm going to go ahead and this is our second live stream. We're going to be talking about Instagram today. Let me go ahead and I'll be stopping every now and then to look at the comments here and see if there's anybody here in the chat group. Otherwise, enjoy the live stream today. I'm going to let you know a little bit about myself and where I come from. So let me go ahead and just, before I start that here, I see here I have 4 live viewers here. Okay. Great. All right. So anyways, before coming here to RevoSpin, I still have actually my own fitness photography company that I started about a year ago. So about a year ago, I actually started this company with basically a fresh Instagram page. I was able to, within the 1 year, using only Instagram, grow that business using some of the techniques that I'm going to show you. Now, a little bit about myself here. I'm not an Instagram expert. I'm not an expert on social media, but I can share my experiences and share a little bit about my growth and what it has been able to provide for my business. So hoping that I can share a little bit about that so it can translate over to you and then it will help you grow your business. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and get things started here. So let's see here. So why Instagram? Well, the number one reason why Instagram is a great tool is because it's free. Just by signing up, you're able to reach a lot of people. Not only that, but you can also target a specific audience. As many of you have photo booth businesses, you are. Let me go ahead and let me actually check the chat room here. Let's go see if there's any comments at all here. Okay. Looks like we're doing good here. All right. So let's get back to Instagram. Why Instagram? Well, it's free. You can target a specific demographic. So many of you have photo booth businesses and you are reaching out to people like wedding planners, venues, people who are throwing events, birthday parties, and this is a good way to get in front of those people. Otherwise, some of your choices are to build websites, hoping that people will get attracted to your website and head over there, or to go in person out to networking events and meeting people. Well, Instagram will allow you to organically reach out to these people by doing some of the methods that I'm going to go over. And once again, I'm not an expert. There's plenty of people that you can actually follow on YouTube that can tell you a lot more about Instagram and how it all works. Many books out there, many great authors, but I'm going to share from my experience, being someone that's really only been using it for a little over a year and finding some success with it. So just wanted to throw that out there again. So what you can do is you start by, if you haven't started it yet, but you can start by starting a 360 business page specifically for that. I know many of you might have your own pages that show off a little bit about your personal life and what, family and everything like that. But what you want to do is definitely start a page brand new that is specifically for your 360 business. And the reason why you want to do that is you want to have a niche. You want to have one targeted audience. You want to be able to talk about just one thing, because the more broad you have it or the more general you have it, the more people will kind of lose interest if it's not specifically for them. So by creating a niche, which is your photo booth business, and maybe targeting the wedding industry or maybe school events or something like that, you'll be able to get people to follow you and be able to have a little bit more communication with them. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put up some banners as well here. Okay. So right now we're going over why to use Instagram. So now some of the things that you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to create a good bio for that page, and your bio is going to be really simple. It's going to state where you're located, what you do, maybe some contact information, maybe some specials, but you only have so many spaces to really tell people directly what it is that page is for. When people go to that page, you want to say your business name, serving these cities or areas, as well as maybe contact, DM for more information, or maybe a website link. If you do have a website as well, this is a great place that you can actually link your website so people can get more information. Instagram is a way that people can discover you, communicate with you, but also it's a way that you can have them find out more information on your business and what you can do for them. And so your bio is going to be really simple. The best thing to do is find out some people's Instagram pages out there that are doing really well, really successful. Do some searches and see what their bios look like, and then model it after them. The way I look at it is, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. So a lot of Instagram success is really just looking at other people's pages and doing some of the same methods. All right, so we're going to go over here. And so we talked about creating a page just for your photo booth business. You want to, if you have multiple demographics you want to reach out to, you can create multiple pages. So you can have multiple accounts. So that's the good thing about Instagram, is you're not having to start a new Instagram, for example. You can link all your accounts, so that way when you open up Instagram, you can pop over to your different pages. Maybe spend a little bit of time on each, maybe have one for your personal, one for your business. Okay, we're going to go over a little bit about posting on Instagram here, and with that I will be putting up a graphic here. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the different types of posts you can do on Instagram and the algorithms. Okay, the algorithms are what gets you in front of people based on your activity. So there's certain types of posts that will actually get you in front of more people, and we're going to go over that as well. So let's go ahead and pull up a graphic here. All right. Okay, so these are 15 Instagram growth tips. Okay, so we're going to start off with stories. Stories are just ways that you can communicate with your audience here daily, 3, 4, 5 times a day, just to maybe show them where you're at. So for example, if you're setting up for an event, you might post a story, which might be a photo or a video, something saying, here I am packing for my event here, hope everything fits in the vehicle, or whatever it may be. You driving, be safe, but maybe some pictures of where you're at, the location that you're at, maybe where you're setting up, the space, maybe post some short stories of you assembling your 360 booth or your photo booth. Excuse me. And so stories is a way that you can just kind of keep you fresh in people's minds. The more you post stories, the more you're going to stay at the top of their page. They're going to be able to interact with you, and those stories will lead to them to more engagement. Okay? We want to make sure that when people do direct message you, that you get back with them. So you want to make sure that you're engaging with these people when they direct message you. Make sure you get back with them here. If you're busy at the time, then go back and contact them and let them know. I've got some comments here. Let me go ahead and check here. All right, we got Felix here. Thank you for joining us here. So go ahead and we'll get back here, and hopefully we can talk about some of these methods a little bit more. Okay. Also, make sure you respond to your comments. So besides your direct messages, you want to respond to your comments. You want to go ahead, and the more traffic you have on your page, the better. The more your posts are engaging, the more that people can connect with you. Now, when you are posting, make sure that you're posting things that matter to people. It's very easy just to say, here I am setting up for an event, or hey, I'm really glad to be here. But the more you can talk about maybe something a little bit about the customer. You want to say, you know what, I'm here, I met, this customer reached out to me about providing a booth for their wedding, and I'm really excited. Talk a little bit about maybe the bride and groom. Talk about them, because the more that you can show that you actually care about your customers, and the more that you can talk about the experience you had with them, maybe how they found you, maybe how excited you are to be at a certain event because of the venue, the more people can see that you really do care about your business and what you're posting about. Now, the next thing here we're going to talk about is post. Post are the photos you can post. So, of course, let me go ahead and remove this banner here. Okay. So the more that you can, in your posts, maybe show some photos of your setups, your backgrounds, different things, people standing next to your booth, the more that you can share those experiences on your feed, the more people can flip through your feed. The more interesting that feed is, the more people are going to follow you and they're going to engage with you and potentially one day hire you. So this is really good. I would usually say start off with maybe one post per day. And as you grow and everything and you get more engagement, then you can increase that post. You want to also use relevant hashtags to your post. Now, hashtags there's plenty, and you can go online and actually look for best hashtags for your photo booth business, best hashtags for wedding planners, and so forth. And so if you just follow these hashtags as well as use the hashtags correctly, you can get out to people that are specifically looking for companies just like you. I know wedding planners, they might just all of a sudden say, I'm going to search for hashtag photo booths because that's something that they're including and partnering up with you. So the nice thing about that is you can go ahead and start using those hashtags, and those people will actually find you because they're following the hashtags that you're putting on your post. Engagement group. So another word for engagement groups are pods. Okay, that's where you might be able to get with some people in your area, and you all organically grow your Instagrams together by following each other, liking each other's posts, shouting out each other, and that way you can actually get together with a group of people that serve the same people, maybe people that would hire caterers, different companies, and you can all push each other's Instagram by liking, following, commenting, and everything. Make sure you do some shout outs with similar pages that you follow. So for example, if you want to get hired by wedding planners, if you want to get hired by people who do school dances, maybe some photographers, then make sure you give them a shout out. There's no other way of showing people that you support them and your business, but to also give a shout out. Maybe take one of their posts, post it as a story. Maybe send a little shout out with one of their photos from their events and saying, really great work. Maybe someone who does flowers for events, for example. Make sure you turn on your post notifications on bigger pages. So that way, for example, if you're following some big pages of people that you admire, maybe it's someone who does events in that area, make sure that you turn on a post notification. So when they post something, you're right on it saying, hey, this is great, commenting. Don't just say, fire. It's an easy thing to say, hey, this is great, but maybe talk a little bit about it, why you like it, why maybe it inspired you, or maybe why you would love to work with them someday. So kind of broaden that out a little bit, and the algorithm will love you for that. Set up your story highlights. Those little circles that you'll see above somebody's grid are story highlights, and then if you classify it, you could actually maybe say the different type of events that you do stories about. For example, it might be, one for weddings, one for school events, one for corporate parties, and that way people can actually go on there and see some of your stories that you've saved. Back to hashtags. You use good, small and big hashtags. So make sure you kind of spread that apart. There's hashtags. You could see how many people follow those hashtags. So there's some that are up into the thousands and millions, and there's some that are, in the hundreds. So kind of use both because you're pretty much broadening your audience and your followers on that. Make sure that you post when your followers are most active. So read the analytics. You can actually go into your Instagram and see when people are following some of your posts, when they're responding more. Certain times it's going to be the morning, sometimes the evening. So follow your analytics, do a little research, and that way you know when to post. I found that with the types of posts that I was doing with my fitness photography, that weekends were horrible, evenings were horrible. I used to post first thing in the morning and get the best thing back. Typically, probably because the athletes that I was trying to reach out to were up early, and they were on their phones sometimes, maybe while they were in between sets and reps. So that was the best time for me. Viral content. So if you're going to do some viral content, things that you think that are going to get to as many people as possible, and people are going to share it like crazy, make sure if it's high value, okay? Make sure if that's going to be some content that you put out, that it's going to be spread apart. Make sure that that content creates value for people, okay? You might want to talk about something like how you do your business, how you set up your backgrounds, how you organize your day when you have an event, but that's going to show value. The other thing is triggers emotions. You are all capturing emotion. That's what you're doing with your photo booths, is you're capturing emotion. So, kind of push the envelope a little bit more and talk to people that are getting that content, and maybe talk to them a little bit about the experience and how happy they were to be able to have guests enjoy your photo booth at that event. Make sure it's relatable as well. If you're going to put something out there, it's people that they're going, well, I'm following this for a reason. This is good information for me and my business, or for something that I'm going to be doing. We talked about creating a bio. Last thing here is read your insights and post more of what works. You're going to see which posts really don't get any feedback and which ones get more. If you find that something's working, keep doing that. Use the majority of your time working on those types of posts. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back over here. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed that. If there's any questions at all, I know we're going to be doing more live streams, and we're going to be doing things like addressing some of the issues out there that people have questions about. So make sure you contact us. Let's see, we got a chat in the chat room here. Great, Felix. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, we know that equipment right now is being sent out. We're sending shipments out all the time. As you know, here, a lot of things due to this pandemic here has slowed things down, but we're trying to get people's orders out as soon as possible. We're going to be doing some live feeds next week on a little bit about that process and what you can do in the meantime while you wait for your 360s and all your other photo booths that are coming from RevoSpin. So there are some things to pre-plan. I think the more marketing that you can do to create some buzz about your business, the more you can grow your Instagram, the better it will be when you actually do get set up, because now you're going to have a bunch of people that are going to be there waiting for your information. If you kind of just wait for it the other way around, then you're going to have to do that then. So I would say until you get that, work on your social media, work on your following, maybe build a website, but those are all things that you can do, so that way we can maximize your income stream. Because really what this is about, it's no difference than in my own photography business, was creating a source of income. And I was able to, within 1 year, create a pretty good secondary income from photography, which I still will be doing, but it went from pretty much nothing to where I was shooting at least 4 to 5 times a month with some great fitness athletes, people that I only dreamed of shooting within my first 3-4 months out the bat. I never thought I'd be shooting, and a year later I was doing photo shoots with them. So it definitely does work. For more information on Instagram and how to grow your Instagram, I would suggest you check out YouTube. There's some great people on there. Anyways, thank you for joining, and until the next live stream here, have a great weekend. Happy Friday to you all. Take care.